Here's a clear and detailed explanation of Article 338 of the Indian Constitution. Article 338A, the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes. The Constitution of India is a living document that ensures justice, equality, and dignity for all its citizens. Recognizing the historical injustices and socio-economic backwardness faced by certain sections of society, it provides special provisions under Part 16 for the protection and advancement of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes. One of the significant steps in this direction was the insertion of Article 338 through the Constitution, 89th Amendment, Act, 2003, which created a separate body known as the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, NCST. This article lays down the composition, powers, duties, and functions of the Commission, ensuring focused attention on the issues of scheduled tribes, STs. 1. Establishment of the Commission. Clause 1 of Article 338A provides for the establishment of a National Commission for Scheduled Tribes. This body serves as a constitutional authority dedicated to the protection, welfare, and development of scheduled tribes. Earlier, matters related to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes were handled together by the National Commission for Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes under Article 338. However, due to the distinct problems and needs of the tribal population, a separate commission was established under Article 338A. 2. Composition of the Commission. According to Clause 2, the Commission consists of a chairperson, a vice-chairperson, and 3 other members. The conditions of their service and tenure of office are determined by the President of India through rules made for this purpose. This composition ensures a balanced representation of expertise and experience in tribal affairs. Under Clause 3, all members of the Commission are appointed by the President of India through a warrant under his hand and seal, emphasizing the constitutional and autonomous status of the body. 3. Powers and procedure. Clause 4 empowers the Commission to regulate its own procedure, giving it flexibility and independence in functioning. Clause 8 further grants the Commission powers of a civil court while investigating or inquiring into matters related to scheduled tribes. These powers include summoning witnesses, requiring document production, receiving evidence on affidavits, and requisitioning public records. This quasi-judicial authority enables the Commission to effectively conduct inquiries and ensure accountability. 4. Duties and functions of the Commission. Clause 5 outlines the extensive duties of the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes. A. Investigation and monitoring. The Commission must investigate and monitor all matters related to the safeguards provided to scheduled tribes under the Constitution, laws, or government orders, and evaluate their effectiveness. B. Inquiry into complaints. It can inquire into specific complaints regarding deprivation of rights and safeguards guaranteed to scheduled tribes. C. Participation in development planning. The Commission participates and advises in the planning and development process for the socio-economic upliftment of scheduled tribes, ensuring that their interests are represented in national and state policies. D. Reporting to the President. The Commission must submit annual and special reports to the President on the working of safeguards and developmental measures. E. Recommendations. It may recommend steps for the effective implementation of safeguards and for the overall welfare and development of the scheduled tribes. F. Other functions. The President may assign additional functions related to the protection and advancement of scheduled tribes, ensuring flexibility in the Commission's role. 5. Reporting and government action. Clauses 6 and 7 ensure accountability and follow-up action on the Commission's reports. The President must lay the reports before both Houses of Parliament, along with a memorandum explaining the action taken or reasons for non-acceptance of recommendations. Similarly, when a report concerns a state government, it is forwarded to the governor, who lays it before the state legislature with an explanatory memorandum. These provisions create a formal mechanism for reviewing the Commission's findings and ensuring that its recommendations are given due consideration by both the Union and the states. 6. Consultation on policy matters. Clause 9 mandates that both the Union and state governments shall consult the Commission on all major policy matters affecting scheduled tribes. This ensures that tribal interests are protected and that policies are framed in a manner consistent with their welfare and constitutional safeguards. 7. Significance of Article 338A. Article 338 holds immense importance in India's constitutional framework. Scheduled tribes, being among the most marginalized communities, face unique challenges such as displacement, land alienation, poverty, and cultural erosion. The National Commission for Scheduled Tribes serves as the guardian and watchdog of their rights, ensuring that constitutional guarantees translate into real progress. It bridges the gap between the government and tribal communities, fostering trust and accountability. Conclusion. In essence, Article 338A represents India's commitment to social justice and inclusive development. By establishing the National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, the Constitution provides a robust institutional mechanism to protect the rights, dignity, and culture of tribal communities. The Commission's role in monitoring safeguards, advising on policies, and addressing grievances makes it a cornerstone in the ongoing effort to achieve equality and justice for all sections of Indian society. The Constitution of India. Part 16. Special provisions relating to certain classes. Article 338A. National Commission for Scheduled Tribes. 1. There shall be a commission for the scheduled tribes to be known as the National Commission for the Scheduled Tribes. 2. Subject to the provisions of any law made in this behalf by Parliament, the commission shall consist of a chairperson, vice-chairperson and 3 other members, and the conditions of service and tenure of office of the chairperson, vice-chairperson and other members so appointed shall be such as the President may by rule determine. 3. The chairperson, vice-chairperson and other members of the commission shall be appointed by the President by warrant under his hand and seal. 4. The commission shall have the power to regulate its own procedure. 5. It shall be the duty of the Commission a. To investigate and monitor all matters relating to the safeguards provided for the scheduled tribes under this Constitution or under any other law for the time being in force or under any order of the government, and to evaluate the working of such safeguards. b. To inquire into specific complaints with respect to the deprivation of rights and safeguards of the scheduled tribes. c. To participate and advise on the planning process of socio-economic development of the scheduled tribes and to evaluate the progress of their development under the Union and any state. d. To present to the President, annually and at such other times as the Commission may deem fit, reports upon the working of those safeguards. e. To make in such reports recommendations as to the measures that should be taken by the Union or any state for the effective implementation of those safeguards and other measures for the protection, welfare and socio-economic development of the scheduled tribes, and f. To discharge such other functions in relation to the protection, welfare and development and advancement of the scheduled tribes as the President may, subject to the provisions of any law made by Parliament, by rule specify. 6. The President shall cause all such reports to be laid before each House of Parliament along with a memorandum explaining the action taken or proposed to be taken on the recommendations relating to the Union and the reasons for the non-acceptance, if any, of any such recommendations. 7. Where any such report, or any part thereof, relates to any matter with which any state government is concerned, a copy of such report shall be forwarded to the governor of the state, who shall cause it to be laid before the legislature of the state along with a memorandum explaining the action taken or proposed to be taken on the recommendations relating to the state and the reasons for the non-acceptance, if any, of any of such recommendations. 8. The Commission shall, while investigating any matter referred to in subclause A, or inquiring into any complaint referred to in subclause B, of clause 5, have all the powers of a civil court trying a suit, and in particular in respect of the following matters, namely: A. Summoning and enforcing the attendance of any person from any part of India and examining him on oath. B. Requiring the discovery and production of any document. C. Receiving evidence on affidavits. D. Requisitioning any public record or copy thereof from any court or office. E. Issuing commissions for the examination of witnesses and documents. F. Any other matter which the President may, by rule, determine. 9. The Union and every state government shall consult the Commission on all major policy matters affecting scheduled tribes.